When Ripa took her seat next to Mark Consuelos on Live with Kelly and Mark this week, she couldn't stop laughing, or blushing. The cause? Her husband's latest television role on 911, where he's traded in his familiar charm and good looks for something that has her jokingly questioning reality. "I've been married to a talk show host, a boxer, a priest, and a vampire," Ripa teased, "but never, a tech billionaire. This is a fantasy one didn't know I had until 911 came along." The audience roared. Consuelos, looking sheepish but secretly proud, shrugged with mock modesty. "What can I say? Silicon Valley chic suits me." But Ripa wasn't letting him off that easily. "No, seriously," she said, turning to him, "you've been on 911 for 3 episodes now, and every time you appear in that sleek suit with your perfect hair and private jet, I'm like, finally. After 30 years, I'm married to a billionaire." A new side of Mark. On 911, Consuelos plays the enigmatic tech magnate Adrian Vega, a man whose cutting-edge AI company becomes entangled in a high-stakes cyber emergency that tests both his morality and the Los Angeles Fire Department's capabilities. It's a role that's as serious as it is stylish, showcasing Consuelos in a way fans haven't quite seen before. "I'm used to playing romantic guys, family men, or sometimes villains," he explained during the interview. "But Adrian is this self-made genius who believes he can code his way out of anything. He's charming, but he's also deeply flawed. I love that." Ripa, however, couldn't resist adding her own twist. "Charming. Yes. Flawed. Maybe. But also, rich. Let's not skip over the part where you fly your helicopter to your own rooftop office." She fanned herself dramatically. "It's like Succession meets Mission Impossible, but with my husband in designer suits. I mean, this is the fantasy role of my life. Forget rom-coms. Give me a billionaire with a conscience." From talk show to tech tycoon. It's not the first time Ripa and Consuelos' on-screen and off-screen worlds have blended in hilariously meta ways. The couple, who met on All My Children in the 1990s, have spent decades juggling careers that constantly circle back to each other, sometimes literally. "Back when we first met, he was playing Mateo Santos, this charming club owner," Ripa recalled. "Now, he's Adrian Vega, who owns, like, everything." The glow-up is real. She admitted that watching Consuelos slip into his new 911 persona stirred up a strange mix of admiration and amusement. "There was this one scene where he's giving a TED talk about the future of artificial intelligence and human empathy," she said. "And I'm sitting at home in my pajamas like, wait, he memorized all that tech jargon. Who is this man?" Consuelos laughed, nodding. "I had to Google half the words I was saying," he confessed. "But the writing was so good that it made me sound like I knew what I was talking about." Kelly didn't believe me for a second, though. Ripa smirked. "I've heard your tech support calls, honey. Let's just say you're not exactly coding in your spare time." The internet reacts. Fans of both Live with Kelly and Mark in 911 were quick to jump on the playful banter between the two. Social media lit up with reactions after Ripa posted a behind-the-scenes still from the show with the caption, "I've been waiting 28 years for this moment. Mark finally plays a billionaire. Dreams do come true. PC Money Bag Fire number 911 #TechBay." Within hours, comments flooded in. "Kelly, this is your rich wife era and we support it. Manifesting this energy for my own marriage. Kelly Ripa playing a real-life version of Emily in Silicon Valley is what I didn't know I needed." Even 911's official account joined in, replying, "Kelly, if Adrian Vega ever needs a PR consultant, we know who to call, winking face." Ripa reposted that with the caption, "Oh, I'm available. For the right stock options. A role with depth." Despite the laughter and lighthearted teasing, Ripa made sure to give her husband credit for the gravity he brought to the role. "It's actually a really intense storyline," she said. "There's a moment where Adrian realizes his company's AI could be misused, and that scene, I got chills. It was that good." Consuelos' character, she explained, isn't just another suave billionaire archetype. He's not just rich and confident, he's someone who's questioning his own ethics in a world where technology is moving faster than morality, Ripa said thoughtfully. "That's what makes it powerful. And also," she paused, grinning mischievously, "the fact that he looks amazing while doing it doesn't hurt." Consuelos smiled. "I'll take that. On-set support." The 911 cast reportedly loved having Consuelos on board, and word has it that Ripa even visited the set one afternoon, under the guise of delivering lunch. She showed up with sandwiches but somehow ended up watching playback for an hour, Consuelos said. I was just making sure the billionaire lighting was right, Ripa countered. You can't be the fantasy husband without proper golden hour glow. According to crew members, her visit was full of laughter and encouragement. Kelly was cheering him on between takes, one insider shared. They're like this dynamic energy field, funny, loving, and just a little competitive in the best way. That competitiveness isn't new for them. Ripa has joked for years that she and Consuelos have an ongoing contest of who's more dramatic. But this time, she's happy to concede. He wins. I mean, he's saving the world with algorithms. I just talk for a living. The fantasy within the fantasy. Ripa's comment about being finally married to a billionaire became the line of the week, not just for its humor, but for the little grain of fantasy it revealed. Let's be real, she said later in the show. We've been together for nearly 3 decades. You go through phases: romantic, chaotic, parent mode, survival mode. Then suddenly, your husband shows up on TV in a 3-piece suit, flying to Davos, solving global crises, and you're like, okay, new crush unlocked. She paused for comedic effect. I told him, don't come home unless you bring that billionaire energy with you. Consuelos laughed, pretending to take notes. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll start an app or something. Ripa leaned in. Start with folding laundry. That's a $1 billion idea right there. A couple who thrives on humor. Part of what makes the Ripa-Consuelos dynamic so endlessly entertaining is their shared ability to turn any moment, from on-set roles to real-life mishaps, into affectionate comedy. They've been open about their ups and downs, their occasional arguments, and their unwavering sense of partnership. But it's their humor that keeps them grounded. Mark can make me laugh at things that shouldn't even be funny, Ripa said. He'll walk into the kitchen in his workout clothes and start pitching new billionaire Mark Vega plotlines. The other day, he said, babe, what if Adrian invents a toaster that also gives stock tips? I was like, write it down. Consuelos chuckled. She's my unofficial writer now. Fans want a crossover. With the overwhelming fan response, a surprising number of viewers have begun campaigning for Ripa to make a guest appearance on 911 herself. Kelly is Adrian Vega's wife. The internet would break, one fan posted. Another wrote, I need Kelly playing a rival tech CEO. Give me the billionaire power couple energy. When asked if she'd consider it, Ripa didn't hesitate. Oh, I've already pitched it. I said, make me his scandalous CFO or his snarky wife who secretly runs the company. I'm ready. Consuelos grinned. The producers might actually be into that. I think they know it would be television gold. Ripa raised an eyebrow. Television gold and marital therapy, 2 birds, 1 stone. Looking ahead, as 911 continues to explore Consuelos' arc as Adrian Vega, fans are already speculating whether the tech billionaire storyline might turn into a long-term fixture. The show's creators have remained tight-lipped, but early reactions suggest audiences are loving it. For Ripa, it's simple. She's enjoying every minute. I love that people are seeing a new side of him, she said proudly. He's worked hard for decades, and to see him step into something sleek, modern, and layered, it's just really cool. Then, with a gleam in her eye, she added, also, I get to live out my Silicon Valley daydreams vicariously through him. I mean, who needs real money when your husband acts like a billionaire on national television? The power couple legacy. At the end of their live segment, Ripa summed it up perfectly. You know, every marriage has its own little fantasies, she said, smiling at Consuelos. Some people dream of vacations, some dream of big houses. Me, I dream of being married to a tech mogul who saves the world between board meetings. She leaned closer and whispered, mock serious, so, keep it up. I'm living for this era. Consuelos smiled back, slipping effortlessly into his suave 911 tone, anything for Mrs. Vega. The audience erupted in cheers. For fans, it was classic Kelly and Mark, equal parts love story, comedy sketch, and real-life partnership goals. And for Kelly Ripa, it was one more reminder that sometimes, the fantasy role of your life doesn't belong to you, it belongs to the person you've loved all along.